Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of a brand new season here in the Segunda División in Spain. We're still at Deportivo. The contract renegotiation went pretty smoothly, and we're back, as I said, once again to try and take on the challenge of the Segunda División. Today's game is going to be against Alcocer in at the Riazor, so that's great. I have things to show you. We have made signings, we have made sales, we have reshaped the squad. Probably not as much as I would have liked, but let's be honest. You need to be careful when you're reforming, when you're rebuilding a side, that you don't overdo it. Because it takes them a while all to get up to snuff. Also, as I mentioned last time, if we go into general settings, you'll see we are now playing back on top player. And right, let's get into the database, and if I can remember where I'm going, because it's not always easy to remember these things. Is it team info? No, it's not. I think we go into management career. Here we go. Right, okay. So, Aga Aketse has retired from the professional game after many years playing for Deportivo. He finally called it a day. His final match was a 1-0 victory against the retiring Legends 11 at the end of last season. Also, you'll see that Sommer and Borja Valle both left the club, both for reasonable amounts of money. Sommer was sold for around about £4 million, I believe. Borja Valle, I can't remember how much he was sold for. Probably not as much as I would have liked to sell him for, but there we go. Mesa also retiring, leaving us a little bit short on centre backs, but don't worry, because we did remedy that with some creative operations in the transfer market. And also, just to confirm, it was Victor Malejo who was selected in the league best 11 that I overlooked at the end of yesterday's episode. Bonaventura, a player that we signed from the youth team before the end of the season. He came in for the end of season friendly, and he did very nicely for us. Very happy with his signing. Straight away, you'll see there, David Carmona has come into the club from Racing Santander. He came in for £1.9 million on a very reasonable contract. The 29-year-old right back with pinpoint crossing, which you'll all know is a trait that I prefer in my fullbacks, is joining us on a 3-year contract, and he will be our starting right back this season. That, of course, frees up Arbia to play as a centre back, and also to give us cover at right back if we need it, meaning that we have now got enough cover across the defensive line, with Rene covering Willems at left back. Willems actually a source of interest for a couple of teams. Bologna coming in with a bid for him, as well as LA Galaxy, neither of which money offered, with which I was particularly tempted, and so we kept hold of Willems for another season. Now, you've probably already seen the next name. He came up on the youth team, and I could not resist. John Joe Shelvey, Newcastle legend and hero of this save, has joined Deportivo La Coruna on a free transfer from the youth team, and he's rated at 69 as a central midfielder at the moment, but we all know that he will develop into a very tasty player. He's already at a standard where he can do the job in central midfield. He's just as good as Shibazaki, and will obviously develop to be even better. You've already seen the next name. Let's scroll down. Yarmolenko has joined us. Again, another youth team signing. You'll notice a lot of our signings were made from the youth team. With the amount of money that we have available to us, we have to be careful with how we spend it, and so Yarmolenko has joined us on a free transfer from the youth team. The right midfielder will be playing a little bit higher up the pitch most of the time. He is another option instead of Momo on the left-hand side. But he can also play as an attacking midfielder, so he can play pretty much across the front and mid lines of the team. A brilliant utility player who is already one of the best players in the attacking side of the squad. Very happy for him to have joined us. Rui Silva signed as a backup goalkeeper, another youth team signing. We really are having to put our trust in youth this season because of budgetary constraints. He's coming in as the replacement second choice keeper because we've had bids for our current second choice keeper, and frankly he's not going to get any better, so I thought we might as well cash in and get the wages back on him. That guy being Zemo Miralles. You'll see there that Degani has left the club. I was reticent to do so, but we had a fantastic offer come in for him, and I couldn't turn it down. It was near enough £5 million that we were offered for Degani, and so we took them up on that offer and sold him on. That was the impetus for us bringing David Carmona into the club at right back, and actually I think we've probably ended up with a stronger squad as a result. And Steven Jovanovic left the club. He was only rated at 58 at the point that I sold him. He will improve to be a decent player, but he's not improving anywhere near quick enough, and frankly for the £4,500 a week that he was making wage wise, I think that we could do better. So that is everything as far as the squad is concerned. Let's go over to the game plan, and we can see how we're lining up with our strongest 11 at the beginning of this season. Danny in goal with Willems, Javi Montero, Peru and David along the back. I can't remember his name now. David Carmona across the back. Galoppo playing as the defensive midfielder, although we do have options now in the shape of William Arau and Vicente Gomes and Bergantinios. So we do have lots of options for defensive midfield. And then attacking wise, Bonaventura coming straight in as the attacking midfielder to partner Shibazaki after the retirement of Aga Aketse. Shibazaki, as I mentioned, will be lining up alongside him in attacking midfield, but I have a feeling that Shelvey and Yarmolenko are going to be pushing them from the get-go. Up front, it's unchanged. Victor Malejo at right wing forward, Momo left wing forward, and Berg is maintaining his position as centre forward at the moment, although Longo will probably get chances this season to try and re-establish himself as the starting striker. On the bench we have Arbia, Rene, William Arau, John Joe Shelvey, Yarmolenko, Paco Montanes and Longo. I might look to bring in another wide centre forward that we can play instead of Montanes, because at 63 he's not necessarily rated the best. He's nippy and I like that, but he's not necessarily the best player. De Silva will definitely be getting some game time this season in the place of Montanes. It just depends how things line up. So as I mentioned, today's game is against Alcorcon. It's the first game of the league season. We've dropped down the difficulty a little bit. Let's see if we can get a result today that will put us on the right foot towards our bid for promotion. Of course, the manager is an expert in sign language, hence why you can hear him clapping, but you can't hear him saying anything. We'll skip the rest of this. The board have made it very clear to us that they want promotion this season, and that's going to be the case, that we're going to be going for promotion through this season as we get on with the game. The rears all looking resplendent in the early evening floodlights. Alcorcon will be playing in their yellow strip today, while we, the home team, will be resplendent in our blue and white hoops. The fans are hoping for a better performance from their team this season. So are we. as we kick off. David Carmona with his first kick of the ball in a Deportivo shirt. It's moved out to Montero on the left-hand side. Willems now plays it inside to Bonaventura. Back out to Willems. He's going to look for the cross here. And he's caught by Lowry. Does a very good job. Bonaventura wins the ball high up the pitch though. Shibazaki. Victor Malejo. Back to Shibazaki. And the shot is taken out of the air by Samu Casado very easily. And Borja Vale, his first game for his new club, is his first game against his old club. Here comes Galoppo down the left side. Borja Vale doing a great job of cutting the ball out. And could he come back to haunt his old team here? Galoppo with the ball at the base of the midfield. He slows things down and just looks to control the pace. Here's Carmona out on the right hand side. Got no support ahead of him, so he cuts back. Shibazaki picks it up to Bonaventura. Galoppo lobbed over the top. Berg looking to get onto it, but not alive to the ball really. And Casado picks it out of the air and restarts proceedings, playing the ball down the right hand side now. It's a nice ball out there to Monjoma. I'll get the name right eventually. Willems beating him in the tackle. Plays it through to Momo. Back to Willems. Cross into the box. Bonaventura to Shibazaki. Shapes. Takes a deflection. Casado kept his eye on the ball and wasn't beaten by the deflection. It's good goalkeeping by the Alcarson stopper. Peru underneath misjudges the flight of the ball, but luckily for him his captain is right behind to pick up on the loose ball. Dinked over the top to Bonaventura. Here's Shibazaki, plays it into Berg. Malejo over the top for Berg. Oh, he very nearly, I don't know why he checked his run there. I thought for a second he was going to take it down on his chest. It's nice play from the home team here, and despite the fact that they've got a few new faces in their ranks, they've really hit the ground running. Here's Willems again, plays it out wide to Momo, who's going to look to cut inside here, cuts onto his right foot, crosses across. Carmona, oh, Carmona hits the post. Willems, Momo just the deflection robbing him of possession, and Bueno now goalkeeper comes out to clear the ball. Shibazaki's going to look to get onto it and retain possession for his team, and he does manage to. Carmona just brings the ball forward. He's looking for the pass, finds Shibazaki, who moves it centrally to Bonaventura, into Momo. Galoppo loses out, and Monjoma this is a promising looking attack for Alcosan. Into the middle, Peru underneath gets his head to it and manages to get the ball away. And Shibazaki plays it up to Bonaventura, into Momo, and now Momo running at the back line, and they're not going to be getting in his way, not until then at least. Back to the goalkeeper, who clears. Shibazaki, bit too heavy for Carmona. The ball goes out of play. It was a nice idea, but Shibazaki's passing still not the best. He's going to have to work on that as he develops as a player. He's still only a youngster. Long ball forward, Javi Montero underneath, picks it up easily. Momo on the ball now, plays it out to Bonaventura, cross into the middle. Berg is just not really reacting to any of these balls. Shibazaki out to Carmona. First time cross, takes a deflection and out for a corner. 45 minutes gone here, it's still 0-0. Williams to take the corner, swings one in. Comes out to Galoppo. Malejo takes a pot shot, nothing comes of it except for a massive deflection. And now Shibazaki picks up possession. Carmona lobbed over the top for Malejo. Dealt with by the defender. And there's the half-time whistle. It's 0-0 here, but promising signs for Deportivo La Coruna. Alcorcón were one of the nearly men of last season. They've not had a sniff. So it looks as though Borjavale has lost his opportunity to punish his former team. He's been brought off at half-time. Here's Willems. He's won the ball quite easily. He's going to look to play the ball through to Momo, who picks it up. Cross into the centre. Berg underneath. Can't get his head onto it. Malejo. Nicely retained. Shibazaki into Malejo. Bonaventura out wide to Willems. Ball into Momo. Takes a shot, takes a deflection. And it's going to go out for a corner kick. Willems with the outswinger this time. Bonaventura can't quite find the finish. It'll be another corner kick. Willems again looking for the outswinger. Vallejo looked to head it back across the area, couldn't quite find that pass. Here's Carmona into the box. A bit too short for Momo. Oh, Berg to Momo. It's 1-0. A shocking moment for the Alcorcón defence. The centre-back getting it all wrong, passing it straight to the feet of the striker. And he saw Momo in so much space, played a simple ball through to him. And the finish at the near post, very assured. Cool as you like. And just like that, the home team are 1-0 to the good. And looking good for the 3 points. Willems wins the ball, but the referee, on the advice of his linesman, has given a free kick here. Aguilera stands over it, floats one in just outside the area. And away Galoppo comes with the ball. Can't make anything of it. Alcorcón have the ball again, and here comes Monjuma. And he's done very well up until the pass. Oof, not a good pass from Willems, and he's played his team into trouble here. Fortunately, they managed to get themselves out of it, and away come the home team. Shibazaki looks to fly one over the top for Momo. Can't quite connect with the pass, but the ball is still within Deportivo possession. Bonaventura into Shibazaki. And it looks like the referee's pulled it back for a foul here. About 30 yards, 35 yards perhaps away from goal. And I think we all know they're going to fancy their chances from here. Don't know why Peru is standing over it, because they have much better free kick takers in their team, including Victor Malejo. He's going to have a crack at it from here. Oh, and he throws it right over the bar. Needed more dip on it. He was too close to go for straight out power. Bonaventura sees the run from Shibazaki and finds him. Unfortunately, Shibazaki's pass not what they wanted. There's Chock into Sosa, beaten to the ball by Carmona. Malejo, through ball for Berg. He's in here, and he just can't get it on target. Tried to round the goalkeeper. A lovely ball though from Malejo. He saw the opening and played it with pinpoint precision. But Berg, as of yet, still to find the back of the net. We're going to see a change here. Shibazaki, who is not in the best of form today, which might explain some of his passing, is going to be replaced by the new boy, John Joe Shelvey. And Willems as well is going to be given a rest here. On he comes, the young Englishman, looking to impress on his debut for his new club. Sosa. Chock. Back to Sosa. Nice passing between the two. Peru gives away a free kick right on the edge of the area. They're going to take it from where it lies. Oh, and that could so easily have ended up in the back of the net. Really do have to work on the numbers here, because the left back, Rene, appears to have the number 9 shirt at the moment, which isn't really good enough. Even I can't put up with that kind of numbering. It's Galoppo. He sees a man out wide on the right, and he finds him easily. Ball into John Joe Shelvey. Bonaventura. Into Momo. Out to Rene. Back into Momo. Trying to get around his man. Can't quite manage it. And Larry does a fantastic job of retaining possession and getting it away from danger there. Bueno. The Wunderkinder. Yes, that is a chocolate joke. David Carmona. John Joe Shelvey. Berg. The angle far too narrow. But he did want to have a go. Good job of putting his back to goal there. That's going to be his last contribution of this game, however, because Longo is going to make an appearance. Scored a few goals for this team last year. Let's see if he can contribute this season as well. Rene over the ball. He's going to swing it in on his left foot. Shelvey underneath. Bonaventura back to Shelvey. Looked to lob it over. Couldn't quite manage it. Rene looks to do the same thing, but just too much pace on the ball and not enough pace in the legs of Momo. It's going to be a goal kick. Casado plays it high upfield. Peru underneath it. Galoppo trying to make a nuisance of himself. Can't quite win the ball, however. Oh, I don't know about that. I think the referee might need to call that one back. And the ball somehow has made its way past the defender, and they could be in trouble here, Deportivo. And they're going to give a free kick on the edgy area. The referee, for some reason, deciding that there was a foul there. And with 1 minute of extra time left, there could be a massive sting in the tail of this game. I didn't see anything wrong with that myself. I thought Montero used his body to good effect. The goalkeeper's going to have to be very, very sharp here. Bueno under the free kick. Oh, and it's gone in. It took a deflection on the way through. And it's absolute dead silence here at the Riazor as Alcarson have scored the equaliser with only seconds left in this game. It took a wicked deflection, put a lot of spin on the ball. Maybe the goalkeeper would have had a chance otherwise, but oh dear, oh dear. Well, after dominating this game from beginning to almost end, it looks as though it's going to be a 1-1 game, unless can Longo do something special here. Oh no, couldn't get through to Malejo. And surely that's the last of it, and it is. There's the final whistle. Alcorcon somehow coming away with a point from this game, which Deportivo absolutely dominated from beginning to end. Momo putting the home team ahead on 59 minutes before Bueno benefited from a pretty sizable deflection on his free kick to see his team level. So there's the stats for all to see. Decent amount of possession for Deportivo, lots of shots, but only 1 goal to show for it. Meanwhile, Alcorcon only with 2 shots the entire match, and the only one to be on target was the only one that went in the back of the net. Momo, man of the match with a 7.5. Bueno, understandably, maybe a little bit perturbed that he also gets a 7.5, but is beaten to the honour by the Deportivo forward. So there's the rest of the results from match day 1 in La Liga Smart Bank. Tenerife with a very good win against Cadiz. And Eibar going away to Ponferradina, managing a 3-1 victory as well. So it will be Eibar and Tenerife at the top of the table. Deportivo currently in 9th, but remember, it's only the first game of the season. These positions can change dramatically. Right, there we go. There is the end of the episode. Hopefully that was more entertaining of a game of football for you guys than maybe we've managed in the last week or so on the higher difficulty. Let me know what you think of the signings, and if there is anyone that you think perhaps that we should be setting our sights on in the next transfer window. By the time that we come back, I will have sorted all of the squad numbering issues. No more 9 left back or 2s at centre forward. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.